Hi guys, it's Ashley with My Life Beyond 50. This is my 3-week post-surgery checkup or check-in with you guys. I had my surgery on September 23rd, 2019. So today is 3 weeks for me. And I, as of today, have lost 23 pounds since I started my pre-op diet. My pre-op diet was a little different than a lot of them, so if you want to check out some of my previous videos, I talked about those, talked about my pre-op diet in depth. It was only 10 days, and it was not an all-liquid diet, so I lost about 7 pounds when I was on it, and then the rest has been after the surgery. I have really not had any issues. Honestly, I think the first issue I've really had was actually today, which is what made me think I should check in and post. And so that's one of the things I'm going to tell you about. Another thing I'm going to tell you about is that I have only weighed myself at home twice since my surgery. And it's been really tempting to step on the scale every day or so, you know, to see if I'm losing. And those first 2 weeks at home, I did not weigh myself at all because I didn't want to focus on losing weight at that point. I just wanted to focus on healing and feeling better. The first 2 weeks, I really didn't have any major issues. I didn't feel absolutely horrible, but I did not feel like myself, and I needed to heal. And so I made that decision not to weigh myself. I did get weighed when I went in for my 1-week checkup with my surgeon, and so I did know, you know, at that point that I had lost some weight, but when I got home, I decided to wait another week to weigh myself until I was feeling more like myself, and I think it was a good plan. At 2 weeks, I really did feel like pretty much like myself. My energy was back to normal. I was not having much discomfort from my incisions. I was sleeping better at home. And so I decided, okay, now I'm going to, you know, focus more on the weight loss. And so I did weigh myself, although I'm only going to weigh myself once a week. I don't want to obsess about it because I know it can fluctuate. And I also know that if I'm doing the right things, I am going to lose. If I'm doing what my surgeon tells me to, eating what I'm supposed to, I will lose. And I did not have as much weight to lose as some people do, so I know that my rate of loss is likely to be a little bit slower, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. But again, I don't want to obsess over it, you know, but I do want to keep track of it, of course. So I weighed myself at 2 weeks, and then I weighed myself today, and I'm 23 pounds today, like I said, or 23 pounds down today. So I'm happy with that, and I feel like I'm, you know, losing weight at a good pace, not too fast and not too slow, so that's all good. So the issue that I had today, at 3 weeks, according to my surgeon, I can start on blended foods. I was on full liquids for the last 2 weeks, which also includes some blended things. It's a little confusing, but one of the things I could start having today was a soft scrambled egg. And so I fixed myself a soft scrambled egg. I was really careful not to overcook it, so it got tough. And I tried to be conscious about, you know, chewing it really well and eating slowly, but I think as I kind of got towards the end, I was thinking about like other things I had to do today, and I think maybe I ate it too fast. Or maybe I ate a little too much. I didn't finish the egg. It was 1 egg. But as I had, you know, like 2, 3, 4 bites left, I was feeling like, oh my gosh, did I eat too much? You know, and so I'm really not sure if I ate too much or if it got stuck, or I had plugging, as they call it. And I kind of think in retrospect that it was stuck because it lasted about 2 hours. And so there in my book from my surgeon's office, it said that if I had this, I could try mixing meat tenderizer with a little bit of water and swallowing it and see if it would soften the food enough to either pass or to vomit it up. Sounds lovely. but I hadn't gotten any meat tenderizer. And the other option was to take a papaya enzyme tablet. It's a chewable. And I didn't have any of that either. So I ran to the grocery store and I thought, well, I know meat tenderizer will be pretty easy to find. So I went and I bought some, and I took in my car, because it hurt, it really hurt. So I took with me in the car a little measuring spoon and some water and a little kind of ramekin to mix it up in. And so I mixed it up when I got back to the car, and I drank it. It was very salty tasting, not horrible tasting, but just very salty. I think it's mostly salt. And so I swallowed it, and it made me vomit. And I am not trying, if things like this bother you, maybe fast forward, but I didn't vomit up any food. It was just kind of a mucousy saliva that I vomited up. And it still kind of hurt, but gradually it did get better. So I would say the whole thing took about 3 hours. And I guess the meat tenderizer did eventually work. It took a while though. And after I did the meat tenderizer and I wasn't sure if it worked, I ran to a Walgreens to see if I could find the papaya enzyme tablets, and they didn't have it. The girl that helped me had never heard of papaya enzyme tablets, so I might try to order some of those online and have them on hand, because I'm sure as I go through this learning experience of learning how to eat with my new stomach, this is something that might happen again. And so I have the meat tenderizer on hand. I'm going to get some of the papaya enzyme, and I'm also going to really be much more conscious about when I'm eating. I'm not going to get distracted. You know, it's easy to get distracted talking to someone while you're eating or watching TV, or just even like I did this morning thinking about, you know, the things I needed to do. So I'm going to be really conscious about eating slow and, you know, chewing really well. So that's my advice on that point. And if it does happen to you, it's a really, it's a painful, tight feeling, you know, in kind of in the center of your chest. And you can just, I don't know, it's a little hard to describe, I guess, maybe until you experience it. But probably, I'm guessing that anyone who has weight loss surgery is probably going to have to deal with it a few times at least. So that's all I'm going to share with you for right now. Just wanted to let you know that I'm feeling great other than that little experience this morning. I feel like every few days I am feeling more like myself. I mean, pretty much back to normal. My energy level, don't really affect it. I'm still trying not to lift a whole lot, of course, you know, things like that. I'm not, you know, working out yet. I am going to start maybe this week or next week, starting just working on an elliptical to help my weight loss and, you know, just toning up and getting into shape and being healthy. So I hope that you enjoyed my video. I hope that you'll like and subscribe this, and I will see you soon. Bye.